Erin Patterson has spent her first night in prison as a convicted mass murderer after being found guilty of 3 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder.
The mother of 2's weapon of choice? A beef Wellington laced with poisonous death cap mushrooms at a lethal luncheon in 2023. It took a jury of 12, 7 days of deliberations to reach a unanimous verdict, rejecting Patterson's countless lies that this was all a terrible accident. For more, we're joined by Nick Pappas, former Victorian Chief Magistrate, live in Melbourne. Good morning.
Good morning.
So 7 days of deliberations. What do you make of that length of time for a trial like this?
Oh, look, it's pretty much what I would have expected. If you think about it, they heard 8 weeks or so of evidence. There was written material provided to them, transcripts, photos, all sorts of information was provided to them, and then the lengthy judge's directions. The judge's directions went 3 days. So for me, anything short of that would have been a surprise.
A lot of people saying the big twist in this case particularly was putting Erin Patterson on the stand. What did you make of that move? But also too, was there something that stood out for you?
Look, it's interesting. She gave evidence, and you're right, it's unusual. But sometimes accused have to get into the witness box because in the end there's something specific that they have to answer. In this case, it was the lies. The lies themselves were a very strong part of the Crown case. The fact that she'd lied about fundamental things meant that in the end the jury were being invited to reject any version she gave, but also that it was in effect almost admission by conduct. If she hid the dehydrator, she lied about phones, she lied about foraging for mushrooms and so forth. And that was part of a very strong circumstantial case that the Crown presented.
We heard earlier that there wasn't really a clear motive. That obviously didn't matter.
Well, that's another really interesting question, because in the end it doesn't matter why someone does it, it's a question of whether they did do it or not. So the Crown needs to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt. She, on the other hand, doesn't have to prove anything. It's a matter entirely for the prosecution to prove its case. Now, motive sometimes is a part of a case like this, but it doesn't have to be. And people do really bad things, often for no good reason.
Given your extensive experience, what does sentencing look like for Erin Patterson?
Oh, look, this is about as bad a murder as you can get if you think about it. Sometimes killings involve emotional reaction or overreaction, or some sort of spontaneous incident. This is a planned, carefully structured exercise in inviting people on a subterfuge to your house and then poisoning them. So the maximum sentence is life. I'm sure that that'll be one of the likely sentences the judge is going to consider. One of the real questions will be whether she'll be released on parole. And remembering she's 50 years of age, there's every chance that she'll spend the rest of her life in jail.
So do you think she'll appeal?
Look, I suspect she will. The difficulty with appeals is that unless there's some fundamental error or substantial error in the way the case was presented or the directions that the judge gave, the information the judge gave to the jury, appeals are not that easy to get up. There needs to be some significant failure in the process to have an appeal successful. But yes, I would, if I was a betting man, think she'd be lodging an appeal.
Former Victorian Chief Magistrate Nick Pappas, thanks for your time.